I love these two words because they remind us of who we are and why we are. A little bit about grace and purpose. And so this is this is a verse from 2 Timothy. It says this: He has saved us and called us to a holy life, not because of anything we have done, but because of His own purpose and grace. So there's a fancy Latin word called vocari. And vocari means to call or to have a calling. And it's the root word of a word that you may be familiar with, vocation. Right? So vocation is our calling in life. It's what we're called to do. And because of that, we know that we live and move with purpose. So Frederick Buechner is one of my favorite authors. Smart, cool dude. And he says things in a way that just makes sense, right? He can take a complicated something and he can make it work in a very simple way, which is good for me. He says this about vocation. Vocation is the place where our deep gladness meets the world's deep need. I really like that a lot. That's a cool thing to think about. Vocation is the place where our deep gladness meets the world's deep need. And so this is what it means to have a holy life. To be called and to know that you are called, and to be called in a way that you and who you are, you're going to meet a deep need in the world. That's what being called to a holy life is all about. Because when we're able to really find where our gladness meets that deep need, that's a gift from God. And I want us to remember that this holy life that we have been given is absolutely a gift. It's not something that God has commanded, right? But rather it's something that God has just presented and given to each one of us. And so when we have a gift, it means that God is saying, I trust you. And it means that we have a responsibility to that gift. And that happens because we're loved. And that happens because God's love for us is absolutely 100% unconditional. You can do with that gift whatever you like. But if we can find that place where who we are called to be meets a deep need in the world, then we really know, we really understand, we really begin to appreciate and see how we are indeed called to a holy life. Or another way of talking about it, if we use the word vocation, we are called to a holy vocation. So to wrap it up, I just say this: be your true self. Take that gift and be your true self. Remember that you are loved by God. And remember that your job is simply to love others. Because this holy vocation is what you are called to do. Amen, amen.